that we have come to this day which we were longing for a long time, because as already the Secretary mentioned in his address, various attempts were made to have this opening ceremony of this housing scheme, but the COVID-19 situation really prevented us to come together and have such a program to start this housing. But thanks to the Government of India and especially to the High Commissioners, the present and the past one, we have begun already constructing some of the houses here. Altogether, there will be 12 units or 12 houses each, and these houses, therefore, will now come up one by one. And we are grateful to the Government of India for making this huge contribution of more than $300 million to do this project, and certainly through the work of the High Commission of India. And I remember when His Excellency, the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, after assuming office, when we bishops met him, I kind of said, "Sir, this project is there for Madu, but still not getting off the ground." But he immediately called the High Commissioner and he said, "What is happening? How can we proceed with it?" So thanks to His Excellency the President for helping us to start this again. And then to the Minister of Tourism earlier, Honorable John Amaratunga was also the Minister of Christian Affairs, who helped us to formulate the need for a religious housing scheme in the form of transit houses here in Madu. And after he initiated it, it is the present Minister of Tourism, Honorable Prasanna Ranatunga, who is now helping us to have these houses ready for our pilgrims. So we are indeed very grateful to the ministers and to all those who are working in the ministry, especially the Secretary, for their work in order to have these houses built as soon as possible. And we here in Madu have thousands of pilgrims right through the year. And when it comes to the major feast, both in July and then in August, we have hundreds of thousands of people who come here, and that is why we need accommodation for these people. Normally, most of them occupy tents and camps where they live during the feast and then get back. So now this will be a great help for at least some pilgrims to have a decent house to be here at Madu when the feast is on. So without taking much time, expressing our gratitude and wishing God's blessing on this whole project for all those contractors, all those who are going to work on this, we want the Lord, through the powerful intercession of Our Lady of Madu, to complete this well and soon. Thank you and may God bless you.
Vanakkam, Namaskar, Salam Alaikum, good afternoon. Honorable Minister of Tourism of Sri Lanka and my good friend, His Excellency Mr. Prasanna Ranatunga, the Most Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Fernando, the Bishop of Mannar, Honorable Members of Parliament, Excellencies Mr. Mastan, Mr. Tilipan, and Mr. the Consul General himself here, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. I feel very, very privileged to be here finally for this auspicious day. This is a day which is auspicious, which has on many counts, and Mr. Hettiarachchi also mentioned, today happens to be an important festival for the Hindus. And here we are today, amidst all of you, launching a project for accommodating pilgrims who come with faith, who come with prayers, who come with hope and bow to Our Lady of Madhu. Coming from India as the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, coming from a country which is diverse, which is democratic, to a country which is diverse and democratic, nothing can give me more pride, more happiness than to be here on this particular day representing harmony among all of us. All communities, all faiths, we all are children of God. And that has been the message. That has been the light inside all of us. And that is something which binds us together, binds the two countries, India and Sri Lanka, in friendly ties for millennia, from the time of Gautam Buddha and even beyond to this day. I would like to sincerely thank Honorable Minister for taking his time out and coming down all the, rather coming up all the way from Colombo to Mannar for today's event, gracing it with his presence. His presence indicates very strong support of not only the Ministry of Tourism himself, which he leads, but also to the government, the support of the government of Sri Lanka, to the cooperation which India has had for a number of years in the field of development, of which this project is an example. We will continue to rely on your guidance, sir, and your support, not only to develop more projects like this and to bring benefits of our friendship and cooperation to the people, but also to develop stronger ties, because you are in a key ministry, Ministry of Tourism. The job of the ministry is obviously to bring the people together, and a number of ideas, number of initiatives that we are working together with you and with your able officers, Excellency, I'm sure in the years to come, in the days and months to come, will bring more tourists, more pilgrims to Sri Lanka, and that will not only help revive the economy, but will help build stronger bonds between Sri Lanka and the rest of the world, foremost among them, the closest neighbor, India. I would also like to thank very sincerely the Bishop of Mannar, Your Grace, Dr. Emmanuel Fernando, because you not only are present here and bless this, but you have guided this project. You have looked after it. You will look after it like a baby, like your baby, and we are very happy to help you with whatever we can. I have heard a lot about the pilgrims who come. I have personally never been able to see the festival, but I have heard a lot about the festival and the feast which is held in the month of August. People have narrated to me these stories of miracles, of their own experiences, how they feel, how they come and visit and pay homage, pray at this site. and what they feel. This has been a symbol, as I said, of harmony. This has been a symbol of faith. This has been a symbol of the coexistence of people in a harmonious and friendly relationship. We are very happy that we are able to help your efforts. We are able to do something for those common people who come here every year, year after year. In India's relationship with Sri Lanka, development cooperation forms a very important part because it directly affects the people. We are always guided by the requirements of Sri Lanka, of its people. And today, as the world tries to recover from COVID-19 pandemic, when we try to develop more strength in the economy, we'll continue to work even more closely with the government of Sri Lanka so that our countries, the bonds of friendship of our countries, benefit the people. I would like to mention that in the areas of housing, there have been a number of projects, and in the area of health also, for example, the Suvas area project, or the ambulance. These are some of the examples of the people-driven projects that the Government of India has been very happy to undertake in Sri Lanka. Today, I happen to be in Mannar on the Shivratri day, and as I mentioned, the Government of India has also been associated with the restoration work, renovation work in the famous Tirukiteshwaran temple. That is another project which has moved forward quite satisfactorily, and we look forward to its culmination and formal opening later. It is not possible not to speak of fishermen when we are in Mannar. I think that our two countries continue to look after this subject as a humanitarian subject, and we also continue to extend all possible help for building capacities. And one such project is the livelihood project for fishermen in Mannar, in which 175 boats and fishing equipment were donated to the fishermen. And I think such capacity building is greatly helpful for the livelihood of common folks, and we will try and build our cooperation in this area further. So, not taking any more of your time, I would once again like to thank the Minister, the Revered Bishop of Mannar, all the dignitaries on the dais for your cooperation, for your guidance, and I will say that our heritage, our geography, our culture bind us. India has withstood with Sri Lanka. India has stood with Sri Lanka, by Sri Lanka in the difficulties, and our development cooperation is an area where we'll certainly look forward to developing more fruitful cooperation in a number of other projects, in a number of other areas. And while I thank all of you for your good wishes, for the kind words that you have said about me and my country and my predecessors, I also thank you for the blessings to this project. I also thank you for your cooperation to this project, not only now but in the days to come. And may this project soon be completed and provide the shade and comfort to thousands of pilgrims who I'm sure will continue to throng this site with faith and fervor. Thank you very much.
Friendship between India and Sri Lanka. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Government of India, His Excellency the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, and our government for providing rupees 300 million for the construction of 144 houses units. India is one of the most visited countries by Sri Lankans. Due to the current COVID situation, the tourists from India to Sri Lanka have stopped coming. Therefore, the Indian High Commission has suggested an air travel bubble as an alternative, to which we have also expressed our agreement. We look forward to launching tourism between the two countries soon through this travel bubble. We are also in the process of launching domestic flight to Ratmalana, Jaffna and Batticaloa. Our goal is to develop the Jaffna and Batticaloa airports as international airports. We appreciate the Indian support in the development of Jaffna Airport. We are also focusing on resuming direct flight between Jaffna and Chennai, which have been suspended due to the COVID pandemic. As the government and the Minister of Tourism, I once again thank the government of India and the Sri Lankan government for their support in the construction of 144 intermediate housing units for Madhu Pilgrim. Further, as I mentioned, Your Excellency, you are a good friend of ours. I know the relation you have built up with our government and the support you are given to us. So thank you again, Your Excellency, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.